Okay, here we are. It's Monday, right?
It's Monday.
Yeah.
It is Monday.
January 30th. And we are here with someone I'm very excited to talk to today. Someone whose career I've been tracking. Rebecca Black, the one and only. Yeah.
Yes, Shredder!
Shredder's feeling it.
I'm so excited to be here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Today's episode is sponsored by Kudos. Thank you to them. So Rebecca Black is here. I think everybody knows who you are, which is kind of interesting. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Definitely doing better than previous times.
Previous,
in life.
okay, that's good.
Catching me at a good time.
Yeah, nice. I'm glad to hear it. So, first of all, right at the top, I want to say that your first album, debut full-length album, Let Her Burn, is coming out on the 9th of February. That's fun. Awesome.
I'm excited. I know a lot of people are giving me a little bit of Can you
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
say.
it's okay.
Say it.
A lot of people
You
are
just
giving
can't say "see you next Tuesday."
Really?
YouTube, for whatever reason, they put the kibosh on that word. Apparently,
That sounds like
they say it's like a
crime.
hate word against women.
No, it's like at this point I feel like it's become like less of a slur than
That's how
at
I
least in
think,
like gay
too.
culture and well, good to know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But anything else is good.
yeah, I've gotten a lot of shit for the fact that like it's been 12 years and it's a debut album, but it took me some time.
Well, but you're not coming from nothing. I mean, you've been putting out EPs and singles and stuff, so you've been active.
Yeah. I mean, I needed to figure it all out.
Yeah.
You know, I like everything happened so unexpectedly. I was like a YouTuber mainly for a while. Like I've done a lot of different things, but yeah, it's good.
So that's exciting. And also, I want to say that if you guys want to go to her website, rebeccablack.co/shows, you're also on tour, right?
Wow. Yes.
Shredder, goddamn.
Shredder
Dan,
is
can you
excited.
He's
Dan,
excited.
can you just stop whatever you're doing? Anything Dan does, said Shredder on. He's feeling better. He actually was in the hospital for
Oh no.
acute
Yeah.
kidney damage.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm
he
so
did
glad
almost die. Not to bum you out, but he's in a pretty good mood these days.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Making up for lost
I'm so
time.
glad he's with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Thank you for the tour shout out. Yeah, I'm heading to the UK this week
Wow.
for my first run.
There it is. So
the
Rebecca
album.
Black is out there. You're 25 now,
I'm 25.
and you were 13 when Friday originally came out. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to start from kind of the beginning, go back a little bit. I want to learn about you and your family and stuff like that.
Sure.
So, where are you from?
I'm from Orange County. I'm from Anaheim.
Oh, you're from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely not from LA, but like I'm from Southern California.
SoCal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you mentioned to me that both of your parents are veterinarians.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah. They met at a vet conference. Now my mom is my dad's boss. My brother
Wow.
works with them. Like
Your brother works with them.
yes.
Is he a vet too, or like a tech?
Well, he's 23.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he's like just learning and kind of
I see.
assisting and all of that. But yeah, no, I'm definitely like the only one out here doing something not in that world.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did this interest in music come about? Because obviously you were pretty young when Friday came out. Was that something that you had always wanted to do, or was it something you just did on a whim for fun? Like, how'd that come about?
I mean, I grew up as a kid who was always performing. Like I was a dancer when I was 3 from the time I was like probably 13. And I was always in like theater camps and performance groups. I was in some like really cringe, like patriotic performing groups at one point, just as like a kid.
Tell me about
It was
that.
really cute.
Wait, what is a
it was
patriotic?
cute.
Yeah.
I mean, we would basically the group was called Celebration USA. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but like it was just like I was 11, and that was actually when I first started singing, was through that group. And you would just go and perform at like retirement homes, like
that's so
veteran bases, you know, those kinds of things. We sang like the
sweet.
national anthem at the Angel Stadium once. And yeah, we would just sing like hats off, here comes the flag.
What were you guys wearing?
Like glitter American
yeah.
flag,
Wow.
bright red lipstick, the pantyhose. It was a vibe.
Okay.
It was a vibe.
So you were always interested in singing. So how did this idea for Friday come together?
Well, I was in a musical theater program at my school in middle school, and I had a friend who, like over the summer, just like one day, like she like had a music video, and like all my friends were in it, and they filmed it at the school, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, how did you do that? And I like asked her about it one day, and she just mentioned that she'd worked with this company, and that like it was like kind of like a little thing she got to do.
Okay, so the company that produced your video, I remember because they've made a lot of other shit that I've talked about. I have a very intimate knowledge of Arc Factory Music and Patrice Wilson. And so you heard that your friend had worked with him, and she's like, "Oh, you should go work with these people."
Yeah, she was just like, "Oh yeah, it's this thing called Arc," and I was like, "Oh, I'll go look that up." Like that sounds cool, because I don't know, I was very passionate about like music, performing. Really performing was like my big thing. Like I was always like probably like the most annoying kid in musical theater about like taking it seriously. And I thought like at that point, like, I mean, I was 13, so like I wasn't even in high school yet, but I was like, maybe I'll go to Juilliard, or like maybe I'll go to NYU and like end up in New York on Broadway or something. And so I checked it out, and like my mom has always been really supportive of me and my brother. I mean, she's Hispanic, she's from Mexico, and like her style of parenting has always just been like, whatever you want to do, if you have like a love, like let's do it.
I love that.
Even when she didn't really have the means to do it, she would pull some crazy shit, and like, I don't know, she would help my brother get into like club soccer or like something, whatever she thought we liked. And so I just had told her about it as I was looking it up, and she was like, "Oh, well, we should like, let's check it out. Like, maybe it's a cool experience that you can put on your resume." And like, you know, having been in a recording studio. And so I think she literally like emailed the company.
Sorry, that's my bad.
I think she like emailed the company and then
set it up.
Yeah.
I've always wondered if it's like when I see a kid do something like this, I always wonder, is it like the parent pushing?
Totally.
But it sounds like
yeah, no.
In your case, it totally came from you.
Yeah. I mean, my mom was always really supportive. And both my parents, I mean, I think they just like wanted me to find a passion.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I
have
mean,
direction.
I love
like,
that.
my parents have always been lucky to be like, I've always wanted to be a vet. And so as soon as they saw that I had something that I maybe wanted to do, they were like, well, okay.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, if anything, especially after the fact with Friday, they were like, you really want to keep doing this? Are you insane? Let's convince you not to, because look at how poorly this went out the first time. But yeah, no, I mean, I have been very lucky that like my parents have been the one thing that have never taken advantage.
That's really good.
I think it was obvious that there was a supportive parent behind that video. Because, like, I mean, it looked at least kind of expensive to put together, but I don't know what
very gracious.
I wonder
it's
too.
not that bad. Like the video itself is well produced.
I was wondering that too.
It's pretty good, like the audio quality. Like, say what you will about Patrice, but the guy knows how to throw a video together.
I mean, you know, the way they work is they hire a production company and they kind of do the video. And I mean, we literally shot it like at my dad's house at the time. All my friends were in it.
Oh, okay.
You know, it was like the wind in one of the moments where I'm like in the car is literally a leaf blower, and like
that's awesome.
Some green screens of like cardboard. I mean, the reason we weren't in a school bus was because they couldn't afford it. They were like, let's rent.
Do you remember how much it cost? I've always been curious. Like a few thousand?
I mean, I think that I know that there was like an agreement of like, well, here you can pay $4,000 and like that's all you got to do, and this will cover owning the song or whatever. But and so I know that that was a thing, but I don't even know what the video. I have to imagine it cost more than that, but I was like so uninvolved in those conversations.
And so, the process. How long did it take to shoot the video?
Like 12 hours.
Oh wow! So you had that's a long shoot day.
Yeah,
it's a full day.
Yeah. My first big shoot. Yeah. I mean, it was fun. Like it was literally just me and my friends, and like hanging out at home. I got to get my makeup done. Like it was just a cool experience, literally.
So it seems like your intention going into that was just to have fun and make a cool video. Like your friend whose video you saw, did she post it online or anything like that?
Yeah, I did end up online.
Yeah.
Well, I think that I guess I didn't even realize like whether it was ARC or if it was her that put it online.
Was there even an idea of like, oh, people are going to want to watch this if I put it online?
There was a moment when we were like, we first met with them that Patrice was like, or one of them, I honestly don't remember, was like, if you put this up and like it gets 100,000 views, like maybe you can make some money. Like that's really cool.
Stacks, yeah.
And I was literally like, okay. I don't know. I watched like Ryan Higa and like Shane Dawson at the time and Fred and like all those like classic, people. And I was like, there's literally no fucking way that we're ever going to get 100,000 views on this little video. And like, it's not like their videos were known for being popular either at the time.
Right. So their videos didn't get, Arc Music Factory didn't get any views on their stuff.
I don't think so. Nothing crazy.
You were the big blowout for them.
It was definitely the first like big moment that they had. So for me, it was like, there was, okay, maybe we'll send this to a label or to an agency or like whatever the music industry garble was that they used. But like, for me, it was mainly like, I get to see what it's like to be in a recording studio. And I know that's like a crazy experience that a parent could give you as a child, but like,
no, it is.
My mom wanted to do that for me for whatever reason, to support me, and her being as like clueless as I was as to how anything worked, that was just what.
It seems like there's probably a lot of you and your family have probably been on a receiving end of a lot of crap. One of them, I have to guess, is like this claim of you being like a Nepo baby, or that your parents are rich or something like that, right?
That's epic.
Right?
I wish I was a Nepo baby.
But there's got to be a lot of people who are like, oh, you're so rich, you just paid to make this shitty video, and like.
I mean, people will like. I almost feel like I can't comment on, like whether or not my parents were rich or not, because what I felt at the time and like what some people would consider, wealthy or anything like that. Like, I feel like I'm not here to speak on like, well, I deserved to have this more or less because of whatever that was. I mean, I can tell you my mom was a single mom who worked 3 jobs and wanted to do something for her kid that was nice. And she often overstretched herself. I mean, I love my dad, but like he didn't understand what I was doing. So he was never a piece of that. And there have been a lot of like crazy rumors about it being like a birthday present for a bat mitzvah of mine, but like I'm not even Jewish.
That's awesome.
And all these other rumors of what it was or anything, but like, yeah, it was a super fortunate opportunity that I got to have. And, my parents did the best they can, but I also I'm out here doing this on my own. Yeah. So.
So the lyrics to the original one, was that an Arc Factory original? Or did you guys work on that together?
No, I did not change a single thing.
So they bring you the music, they bring you the lyrics, and you guys probably rehearse it. So what was your first reaction? Like, this is kind of a banger, or? Like, I mean.
They sent me another song before that was called Superwoman or something like that. I've always tried to find it, but I can't find it anywhere. But it was like some like little love song about like being a superwoman for a boy or whatever. And I was just like,
13.
I can't do this. I just broke up with my boyfriend because I couldn't talk to him at school. Like,
Right.
I am in no position
Yeah.
to be no superwoman. And so I said like, do you guys have anything else? Sorry. But then they sent me, it was called It's Friday at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, cute. Okay, whatever. Also, like, who am I going to be to ask for another song the third time?
Like a diva, maybe.
Yeah, I was just like, nobody's going to see this. Like, let's run it, you know? It's more true than like me being a superwoman.
Right. It's Friday.
So,
I mean, that's incontroversial.
And it did be Friday. Yeah.
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 And so, okay, so they bring you this song. You agree. You're like, okay, it's Friday. It's kind of a vibe. And you guys shot it with all your friends at your dad's house. And so when I have to imagine that they went back, they edited it, they put it together, and then they sent you a final version.
No, absolutely not.
That's not what happened?
It went up. Yeah.
It just went up online before you ever even saw it?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Well, I know.
What?
Oh my God.
So we shot it. Actually, funnily enough, we shot it January 6th of 2011. Yeah.
January 6th.
January 6th.
It was a
Premonition.
foreboding day.
Yeah.
It was you stormed
First
Friday
day.
that day, my friend.
We shot it in January, and at the time that we shot the video, or before we shot the video, there was no rap verse on it at all. It was just me.
What?
And then that day, Patrice came and obviously was going to be like on set 'cause it's his company, and he was like, "Hey, I put a verse in it," and I was like, "All right." And he shot it in my dad's like Ford Escape in our garage. It was
He shot it at your house?
Yes.
And then
my
he
dad's
snuck
car.
it in?
Well, no, I mean we knew
You
at
knew
that
it, you
he
knew,
was
you
just
know.
like, "There's a verse in the song."
I got some fire I'm about to spit.
Wow.
and then yeah,
shit.
that is what it was.
That
But
scene is so
Oh my
iconic
God.
because it's just like
it is iconic.
so out of fucking place. It's like, who is this guy? Why is he rapping? Why is he like talking about the school bus?
And it's like an adult in a kid's world.
Dude.
Like, it's just
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
It definitely
It's a vibe.
added to the just total bizarreness of
Right.
everything.
It did add to the bizarreness.
Yeah.
And so we shot in like early January, and then I didn't hear anything from them, or my family didn't, for like weeks. And like I actually kind of forgot that it happened.
Right.
And like every now and again, like some of the kids at school would be like, "Hey, like, did that video ever like get finished? Like, we love to see it." And then literally one day I got a notification from their website that it had gone out.
wow.
Check out
It's
Rebecca
so
Black's new
wild.
single Friday. And I watched it.
I
in
can't
bed.
believe that.
I know. I watched it in bed by myself, and I was like semi mortified. Mainly because I had like this massive pimple on my cheek that like I think there were rumors it was a wart. No, it was a pimple. And I was just like, okay. And then I watched it with my dad. I showed my dad, and we were like, okay,
That's a video.
that's a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't
was it.
believe, like, as somebody that's been through working on videos and then posting it,
I know.
I can't believe that, like, decision being taken away
Mm-hmm.
from you.
Yes.
And especially when you're not a professional in such a vulnerable moment.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I mean, I know
Like,
it is crazy looking back
That's like-
now, but I had no idea how any of that worked. So I was just like, oh, that's what
You
happened.
probably didn't even think about it going
right,
on
you
YouTube.
don't.
No, not really.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like I knew they had a website, but even when it went on YouTube, like I wasn't like, I've been exposed. Like I was up there with like however many thousands of videos were getting uploaded every second.
Yeah, it'd
So
go under the radar.
I was like, all right.
So you got it. You watched it.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the song and the video and everything at first? I mean, as a 13-year-old.
I think I was probably more concerned about like myself than anything.
Yeah.
Like I was so hyper focused on this is what I look like on camera and like
Right, all the
Oh,
stuff
the-
that you
yeah.
you
discover.
know, like like just picking my own self apart and like I look a little awkward there and like all of those things rather than because this was never meant to be like this is my pop star debut.
Yeah.
Like I was literally just on my own vibe. Like I didn't really consider it to be something that was going to be seen by a lot of people. So
Yeah.
I think that was mostly what I was concerned about. And like again, like my biggest priorities were like Justin Bieber, you know, like my friends. I was like, I hope my friends think this is cool,
Right.
or like not
Did they?
weird. Yeah, I mean, everyone was like cute.
Just fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't that serious.
Fun. No,
right? Yeah.
and like
I
we
think
were
for a kid, it's pretty impressive.
maybe, yeah, and like
Yeah.
I mean, there were a couple kids who would like sing it at school, but it wasn't like really a thing, you know, until a few months later when it went viral, and then you know that was different.
So, here's the pimple. Is that okay if I pull it up?
Please,
We have the receipts.
we've come to peace with the pimple.
So yeah,
There she
I didn't
is.
even notice it. If that makes you
My
feel...
literal
never
first
noticed
ever pimple.
Really?
Wow.
That
And
was
it's been
why it was so-
immortalized for hundreds of millions.
History.
Yes,
right there.
history. She made history. Yeah. And like, I mean, bad vibes.
I can
Bad
see that
vibes,
being
that
I
look.
can see that being horrifying.
Yeah.
So you see the video. How long before other people start watching it?
It was a couple months.
A couple months.
Yeah. I would like check in on it every couple weeks.
Was it going up at all or not really?
I think I checked it. I only remember these numbers because I've talked about them so many times, but like I checked it a few days or a few weeks before like it really popped, and it had like 3,000 views. You know,
That's actually
not crazy.
It's kind of
But-
a lot.
no, but that's
for,
kind
like,
of a
yeah.
lot for
And-
what for
yeah.
the time and
Yeah.
a private
Yeah.
video, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it was like that was pretty similar, I think, to what other shit had on.
And what
on
were
stuff
the
at time.
were you reading the comments at that time when it had like 3,000 views?
Probably, yeah.
Were they like supportive or confused or what was the vibe?
I think it was a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, cute, and also like, who the fuck is this ugly bitch? And you know, all the really appropriate things to say to a 13-year-old. But
Right.